The marathon distance is the ultimate challenge for any runner, whether you're running just over 2 hours or, like I did in 2024, just under 7. In fact, that clip that you're seeing now, that's me waving my hands in the air, celebrating the end of the toughest 16 weeks of my life. As I got to the finish line, I saw my wife, ran over, gave her a kiss and crossed the finish line. And that was it. I became a marathoner. Only 1% on the planet have completed the marathon distance. And on the 13th of April 2024, I did just that. An achievement that I still look back on and wonder how I did it. And yet, I recorded nothing of it. The journey, the ups, the downs, and there were downs. It was a mental test and a struggle like nothing else. Then a few weeks later, I signed up for another one. In fact, I signed up for the same one. April 27th, 2025 is Marathon Day here in the UK. And the question on everyone's lips is London or Manchester. And as I type this at 10 o'clock at night on a December night, maybe some people may still be considering a late entry or a charity place if they can get one. But as Christmas is closing in and the temperature begins to drop and the nights get longer, many runners are starting to consider the same thing. When should I start? Should I start now? Christmas is next week. New Year the week after. For me, I said now. So a few weeks ago, I started. Last time I decided on a 16-week training block. This time I'm going longer, much longer. In fact, 22 weeks will be the length of my training block. Last time I didn't set a goal either. I just wanted to enjoy it. Or endure it, depending on how you feel. And I'd recommend that to any first timer. Just focus on the finish line. The finish time can wait for next time. Well, for me, it is next time. And the target is simple. 5 hours, 59 minutes, 59 seconds. This is Project MCR, the long way round. Hello, and welcome to Project MCR, and I'm back. I've filmed nothing for 2 years. I'm sorry about that, but let's make up for lost time, shall we, and start the ball rolling on this new chapter. I've decided that after not documenting my first marathon, I'm going to document this one from the beginning all the way to race day. And I'm going to do things a little bit differently. See, there are some great YouTubers and content creators out there who do an amazing job of producing a week-to-week journey. Me, I'm not doing that. Sorry. But what I will do is I'll bring you 8 episodes over the 22 weeks, culminating in that race day vlog at the end of April 2025. It's crazy that I'm saying April 2025. Considering at the time of recording this, I haven't even got to the end of the year yet. But here we are. Episode 1, as I'm speaking to you here for the first time. I've just completed week 4. 2 weeks of easy running, which wouldn't have made the best content, admittedly, as it basically was in the middle of Storm Bert, have led to my first recorded piece being around 10 minutes into my long run at the end of week 3, at the end of Storm Dara.
Hello, and yes, as dry, relaxed me says, looking into his laptop, I am about 10 minutes into my easy run on Monday in week 3. It is going to be a wet, wild and windy one.
It certainly was a wet, wild and windy one. For the damage in my local park, although I was nowhere near the red weather warnings during Storm Dara, it still had a big impact here.
There's a reason why we use this park for my easy runs, why I use it, and that's because it's on the side of a hill. So, even though it is an easy run, and I am trying to go as easy as I can, I still there's more elevation here in this 35-minute run that I'll do than in the whole of the marathon I'm going to do in April. And that's mad to think that. And also thinking about something in April when it's December.
Let's talk about how I structure my week. I work full time and have other commitments, family, etc. So I can get out 3 times a week, pretty much most weeks. Usually I do an easy run to start the week, as you've just seen. Then I do a session. That's either a tempo run or an interval. We'll get into them. And then usually a long run at the weekend, which usually for me is a Saturday morning. I also do one strength and condition training, or S&C for short. In this week, week 3, the session queued up for me was a tempo session. And as you're about to see, I was absolutely thrilled by it.
And it's session time, which I'm currently doing the warm-up for now. Today's session's pretty straightforward. It's 30 minutes. It's 10 minutes easy. 10 minutes at a tempo pace. I'm trying to air quote there. And then 10 minutes easy / cool down. And I hate tempo runs. So you ain't going to get much out of this. Because in about 20 minutes, when I'm in the cool down, I'm going to moan at you about how much I do not enjoy a tempo run. Oh, that went bad actually. Let's come through here. That's the 10 minutes done. It was probably slightly too easy than I was expecting. I suggest my plan might change that the next time I do it. But we're in the cool down. So the 10 minutes easy. The effort weren't that bad. I just hate doing tempo runs. Hate them. It's just boring. It's kind of like, yeah, boring. You got an easy run, that's nice. You can kind of tune out. A long run, the same. Intervals are fun because there's something new pretty regularly. But tempo, it's like do nothing for 10 minutes. Then slightly slower for 10 minutes. Oh, now run slightly quicker. Don't like them. Never liked them. And I've still got some in the plan. That's today's run done. It's worth noting, I don't know if you can see it in my glasses. It's absolutely hammering it down. So nothing about that was particularly fun. Nothing was particularly enjoyable. I don't enjoy a tempo run. But it's done. Another one ticked off. Felt good. We'll see what happens. Tomorrow is long run time. As you can see, my dislike for all things tempo, but it was, fortunately, a relatively successful session. Looking at my splits, just look at my phone, I've just dropped it. My target for the easy blocks, or the 10 minutes either side, was a really slow sort of 9:23 per kilometre. And I came in at 8:14 per K in the warm-up. So feeling a little bit fruity in the warm-up clearly. And then I tried to get really down to 9:23 and came in 9:15 for the cool down. You'll see through most of my sessions that I always ease right off in the cool down. I'm not sure if it's the right thing to do, to be honest, but it works for me. And then the 10-minute tempo block target was 8:10 per kilometre, and I came in at 8:08. So bang on, happy with that. Felt comfortable, and I might change that a little bit down the line. I haven't decided yet. But anyway, next I got to the end of the week, and that meant the long run. Just 50 minutes in week 3.
at a nice chilled pace, and that's exactly how it felt, although the effects of Storm Dara were all still there for the world to see.
Long run day, Saturday, 50 minutes on the plan today. I decided to take a nice little jog around Millpool, which is just around the corner from me. I'll get some views for you, but it's just a chilled one. There's no workout, it's just time on feet. So I'll get you some smashing re-roll and some nice music to play under it. Storm Dara strikes again. That's the pathway. Halfway through the run now, feeling really good. Got another 25 minutes left. It's a beautiful day today, just a little bit on the cold side. That's my long run done. Felt really good. That's blue sky, no rain today. I started week 4 with a chilled 35-minute easy run around my local park. And as you can see with some of the clips, although the after effects of Storm Dara had started to subside, particularly with that tree there, as you see, being chopped up, as you'll see on the next clip, and there it is, it still made life a little bit difficult to get around the park. But it's all part of getting those easy hill runs in and hoping by the end of this, I'll get some training effect from it. So that was easy run done. Next up was my session. Which was 5 lots of 2 minutes of effort at 7:25 per kilometre pace, followed by a 90-second recovery. So to put that in layman's terms, you have a 10-minute warm-up, a 10-minute cool-down, and then you run for 2 minutes at a certain pace. You then have a 90 seconds walking recovery. Well, you can jog them, but I walk them. And then you have another 2 minutes of effort at 7:25 and so on for 5 times. Although I find intervals really tough to do, I do enjoy a good interval session, and this one I enjoyed. But let's catch up with me during my warm-up, getting ready for this session, which should be a real challenge so early on. And apologies in advance, because the only part really by me which is relatively flat is the main road through one half of the town into the next town, and on a Friday afternoon that gets quite busy anyway. So it is session time, 5 times 2 minutes, and I'm aiming for around 7:20 per k in the efforts. I've come down to the bottom of the town, as it were, by the river. This is as flat as it gets. And I'll catch up with you in the cool down. We've just done the 5th. I've just done the 5th interval. We're just in the walking recovery now before the cool down, and that felt good. I'll put the splits either on screen, or I'll talk to you about them in the dry. But no, that was fun. It was a good session. Tough, as I thought it would be. I struggle with locking into a pace so badly. I struggle with locking into a pace. I'm going to have to work on that. But yeah, good session.
Overall, it was quite the success in terms of an early tempo session. My splits were, if I don't drop my phone this time, 7:30, 7:19, 7:12, 7:14, 7:02. Actually, looking at that, nearly a royal flush. 7:02 must have felt a little bit cheeky with that last one and decided to put an extra spurt in. Either that or a really banging tune came on over my headphones. But all in all, a good session. But that's not all. That was a success, as I'll explain now.
Another reason why that was a good session, to be fair, I just started to cool down, is why I'm moving a bit faster, is I re-put on, I don't know if you can see them, my old Nova Blast 3s, which I bought last year with the thought of them being my marathon shoe, and in the end they just blistered me up like mad on my longest run, and I scrapped that. I wanted to try these trainers again on smaller speed sessions like today to see how they feel, and they felt good. I think I might put them back in the rotation. Not race day though, that's a disaster. I know that already.
Friday lunchtime was strength and conditioning, and it was hip opening yoga exercises. And at the time of writing this and subsequently saying this to the camera, I actually don't know how it went because it's in the future. But here's me now. Let's see how it got on.
I had to stop after 5 minutes. Yoga's no fucking joke. God. That's brutal. Give me just normal strength and conditioning every day. Okay, right. Back to me at home, talking about my long run.
Finally, to round out this week and this first episode, it's my long run in week 4, 60 minutes, and unfortunately there's only one clip, which I will explain why in the middle of a storm.
Oh my God. So I'm on my long run. I don't even know if you can hear me. It's an hour long, by the way. I'll probably voice over all that in. The weather is I can't run down there, that's awful. Holy shit. Take a look at this. That's flooded. Holy shit. I was going to go down there. Fuck. I'm going to have to go that way. Yeah. Now my shoes are wet. What a fucking start. Yeah. It's an hour long. I don't know how much of this I'll get, to be honest. You might just get me talking to you in the dry. And a bit of B-roll. Sorry, but look how bad it is.
Sadly, yeah, it is just me in the dry. What is several hours later, the rain and the wind was absolutely awful, which made, as I found out later, what was meant to be an ambient temperature of, I think it was 3 degrees, make it feel like -6. I covered just under 7k. It was a dead slow run where I was battered with wind and rain, and it's a shame because I wanted to take some nice shots of the canals around my hometown. But maybe next time, we'll see what happens. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed episode 1. If you're watching this before the new year, Merry Christmas and Happy New Year, and I'll see you soon. Till next time, goodbye.